Yeah, I hope that you hearing me. This is the future, all about cybersecurity. Talking about the hackers, I'm just trying to warn you. From the one and only legend, the cyber informer. Hey, yeah, this is the cyber reformer. This is the cyber reformer. Let's go.
It's time for the Cybersecurity Business Connect and Protect Central Coast informational video. I'm Michael Tremblett, the Cyber Informer, and today we'll be talking about the modus operandi of the cyber attack. Cybersecurity is a broad topic and for the layperson difficult to comprehend. In this video, we will show you the fundamental ideas behind the anatomy of a cyber attack. This video lays the foundation for understanding why the Essential 8 is critical to thwarting cyber attacks. Let's go. Cybercrime is a very broad topic. It starts at computer as a tool and computer as a target, which is where most SMEs will be situated, and it escalates to cyber terrorism and cyber warfare. The focus in the Cybersecurity Business Connect and Protect series is computer as a tool and computer as a target. Topics we will not be covering, but it is useful to know they exist are cyber terrorism, where someone intimidates or coerces a government or an organisation to advance his or her political or social objectives by launching a computer-based attack against computers, networks, or the information stored on them. Cyber extortion occurs when a website, email server, or computer system is subjected to or threatened with repeated denial of service or other attacks by malicious hackers. This can happen in the SME space, however it is mainly aimed at enterprise and large online businesses such as Google, Facebook, and Amazon, who suffer greatly from prolonged outages. Cyber warfare is a broad term describing the use of technological force within cyberspace. Nations versus nations. This happens more than you think, however it's not a focus of this series. What is meant by the term cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is the practice of defending computers, servers, mobile devices, electronic systems, networks, and data from malicious attacks. It's also known as information technology security or electronic information security. Cybersecurity has three major pillars: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Whether you know it or not, these are the three pillars all IT administrators and any online service need to conform to in order to keep your data safe. The problem is the internet was never designed to be secure. The first version of the internet was created in 1969. It was called ARPANET, which was funded by the US Department of Defense. ARPANET went through a number of iterations in the 70s, but the biggest breakthrough was the invention and adoption of TCP/IP in 1983. The inventors called this the network of networks, which allows data to flow from network to network, which is precisely how the internet works today. Back then it was almost like magic when it worked. It was invented with the best intentions and the naive approach that people using it would enjoy the connectivity it enabled. It was never considered it would be used for evil. With the internet created and inherently insecure, we needed to create systems that sat on top of the insecure infrastructure that ARPANET with TCP/IP created. There are well-known frameworks for security that provide for the pillars. The pillars do not apply only to the internet, but they are important to maintain on internal networks too. These pillars are known as the CIA Triad. Confidentiality. The assurance that information is disclosed only to authorized entities. This includes ensuring internal and external communications are encrypted, for example, encrypted communications to your bank. Access control is configured appropriately on servers so that authorized internal users could access data appropriate to their position. For example, the receptionist can't access the payroll information. Integrity. The assurance that information has been created, amended, or deleted only by the authorized individuals. Many of the protections in confidentiality apply to integrity. An example of integrity includes user permissions, such as the ability to read documents but not change the contents. Another example may be maintaining integrity of communications, such as ensuring an email was sent from the person it was allegedly sent from. Availability. The assurance that systems and information are accessible and usable by authorized entities when required. This is directly related to uptime of systems. Causing outages on internet connections can cause you to lose access to cloud systems. Causing a blue screen of death on a server will bring it down. Opening the wrong email which locks all of your data is also an attack on availability. In order to understand what we are protecting against, we must know the mindset of a hacker or framework for which attacks occur. The stages of a hack are reconnaissance, scanning, gaining access, maintaining access, and covering tracks. Reconnaissance is used in targeted attacks. It will use information freely available on the internet, such as gathering employee details from your Meet Our Team website page. Knowing people's names and positions, and even clients, can be very useful for an attack. Scanning. This is an active attack which looks for possible attack vectors that could be leveraged in an attack, gaining access. Once a vulnerability is found, leveraging the vulnerability to access the network. This step can also be as simple as clicking on a link within an email which compromises a network. Maintaining access. Once access is gained, ensure that you don't lose that access so you can come back to it later. Covering tracks. All servers and workstations log events that happen on that device. Clearing logs is tantamount to wiping your fingerprints off a murder weapon. There are 3 types of hackers. There's a white hat hacker, a black hat hacker, and a grey hat hacker. White hat hackers are the good guys. Ethical hackers hired by organizations with the specific goal of testing and improving security or for other defensive purposes. Black hat hackers are the bad guys. They illegally use their skills for personal gain or malicious intent. Grey hat hackers are neither good nor bad. They feel it is their duty to demonstrate security flaws in systems without gaining permission, but do not cause damage or gain anything from it. It's important to note that hacking systems without permission is illegal, no matter your intent. What is a cyber attack? A cyber attack is any attempt to expose, alter, disable, destroy, steal, or gain information through unauthorized access to or make unauthorized use of an asset. A cyber attack is any offensive maneuver that targets information systems, infrastructures, computer networks, or personal computer devices. In other words, any digital device that contains information. Cyber attacks will have an impact on one or more of the CIA Triad and take the form of one of the common types of attacks. Remember the CIA Triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Common types of attacks on SMEs are password attacks, ransomware, malware viruses, active hacking, denial of service, social engineering, or malicious insider. A password attack is when an attacker attempts to guess your password. There are so many sorts of password attacks, ranging from brute force and dictionary attacks through to password spraying of compromised details. We will have a dedicated video all about passwords, password security, and best practices in the premium membership on this site. Ransomware is where an attacker locks your data using encryption, then asks for payment to unlock it. This is typically activated by an unsuspecting user clicking on a link in an email, but has been known to be activated by an active attack on networks after important data has already been exfiltrated. Malware and viruses are malicious code or programs written to alter the way a computer operates and is designed to spread from one computer to another. Usually this is activated by a user clicking on the wrong thing, but it can be delivered by malicious advertising on websites, email links, and other forms of viruses called worms, which can automatically infect other systems with no user interaction at all. Active hacking. Automated or manual unauthorized access of a network or data. This means someone is attempting to access or has already gained access to a secure area. This is usually a hacker accessing your network remotely via the internet. Denial of service or DOS attack. This makes a machine or network resource unavailable to its intended users. Causing a server to go offline, flooding an internet connection with data, or jamming a Wi-Fi signal are all denial of service attacks. Social engineering is a broad range of malicious activities accomplished through human interactions. This usually takes the form of phishing emails, but other human interactions such as phone calls, text messages, or even face-to-face interactions can be classed as social engineering. There will be a premium membership video on this site which describes how to identify phishing messages. A malicious insider can be an employee, former employee, contractor, or business associate who have legitimate access to your systems and data, but use that access to destroy data, steal data, or sabotage your systems. So there's no two ways about it. Cyber attacks will have an impact on one or more of the CIA Triad and take the form of one or more of the common types of attacks. This is where following the Essential 8 best practices will be able to help you minimize your risk of a cyber attack. What did we learn? Well, today we looked at the CIA Triad, or the pillars of cybersecurity. We'll see how this links to the Essential 8 in the next video. We defined what a cyber attack was. We looked at the stages of a cyber attack. While every attack doesn't conform to all of the steps, this is the framework of a cyber attack. We learnt what a white hat, black hat, and grey hat hacker was, and we heard examples of common attacks on SMEs. In the next video, we'll introduce the Essential 8 and tie it back to what we've learnt in this video. Thank you for joining me for a look at the modus operandi of the cyber attack. Don't forget, you can contact me via email, Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Until next time, stay safe online.
Oh yeah, this is the cyber informer. Hackers, you going down like, oh yeah, this is the cyber informer. Hackers, you going down, yeah.